Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank B Choppin', and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Alright, so what we're doing on this cut is a number 1, well actually a 1A on top, and I don't know if it's a mid-low fade, a low-mid fade, a mid-drop fade. I don't know, y'all gonna see what I mean when I set in this guideline, but nonetheless we are doing a 1A on top, and like I said, like a mid-low fade. So this is my boy Tino. I actually went to high school with this dude. I've known him for a good minute. He's been coming to me for a good while also. And yeah, man, he's been coming in and he always switches up his haircut on me. Sometimes he does low fades, sometimes mid fades, sometimes he lets the top grow. You know, he always keeps me on my toes, man. But nonetheless, guys, what I'm doing right here is I got my number 1A on my clipper. And y'all know how I'm doing it, guys. I'm going against the grain, across the grain, just getting everything down to that desired length. And what y'all see me doing now is I put that number 1 on my detachable clipper, and I'm just coming up right about to that ridge area, really slightly below that ridge area, and I'm using a slight flick out motion, and I'm really just debulking the sides, and it's basically gonna make this haircut, in theory, it's gonna make it easier for me to cut. But heat, man, honestly, this is a hard canvas. Even though he gets an easy haircut, it's a hard haircut. So I like to call this like the hardest, easiest haircut that I do, because it just, you know, he's got a lot of different, well, his hair texture, and then he's got, you know, his head shape is, I don't want to say awkward because I don't want him to get mad at me, but you know what I'm saying, he's got like dips in his head, and you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So it makes this haircut challenging, but y'all gonna see what I mean right here in a minute. But like I said, I think we still got, you know, we still did what it do. We still gave this man a good cut. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut. Obviously not now because I'm not done, but y'all let me know what y'all think about it later on in the comments. Or y'all let me know what y'all think about the way I'm setting up this guideline. Like I said, it's a low mid fade, mid low fade, whatever, mid drop fade, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a low fade because I would have did my low fade a little lower. So nonetheless, guys, as y'all can see, I set in my bald guideline with my Babyliss trimmers. Now I'm going over everything with that Gamma shaver. This is the Prodigy. And I'm just doing this, getting all this down the skin, you know, getting them sides short as possible, you know, down to the skin. That way this haircut lasts my client a little longer. And y'all know how I do this, guys. I come up, and once I get closer to that line, I start to flick out and release some of that pressure. That way I don't create a harsh line. Alright, so for this particular cut, I decided to use my gold masters. I hadn't brought them out in a while, so I'm like, you know what? Let me pull these things out. Let me put them to use. Let me give these subscribers some different type of content. So nonetheless, I got my Andis masters in my hand, the limited edition gold ones, that is, and I got my lever all the way open. And I know that this lever all the way open is just about a number 1 on the detachables. So even though I'm coming up about an inch or so, you know, give or take, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I'm still using a flick out motion, and you really can't see too much, but it is cutting a little bit of the hair, and that's fine. I just want to get all this down to that length. And then as you seen me do right there, I just adjusted my lever halfway closed, and I'm coming up halfway, you know, about halfway into that section that I created. Even though you really can't see a guideline, I know about how high I came, so I'm coming up halfway into that section with that lever closed 2 notches, you know, lever closed, you know, halfway. And I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but like right above his ear, like right there where I'm going over with that clipper, he's got like a light spot, and he's got a bunch of those in his head. And it's just the way his head shape is. So I should have called an audible and told him, let's raise this fade up higher, but I didn't, because he was like, man, let's just do the same thing we did last time, which was this fade. So, you know, it is what it is, but we still, you know, as you can see, I'm still working at it. And all I'm doing here is I'm doing some lever play. So as y'all seen, I started with my clipper open, I adjusted it down 2 notches, and then I dropped it down 1 more notch, and right here I just closed it all the way, and I'm attacking that bottom line. And I am coming into that section a little bit because I am going to end up raising this fade, just because, you know, he's got that light spot. So the more I go over it, the lighter it gets, right? So I wanted to raise this fade up a little bit, and in between that light spot, I feel like there's a light spot behind, like right there. So I had to I can't even really explain what I had to do right here, but I had to just adjust that lever and use a lot of lever play to try to make all these different gradients in his hair basically match. So y'all gonna see me adjusting my lever a lot, and that's why I say this was the hardest, easiest haircut, because all he got was a 1A on top. But you know, the placement of the fade made this really difficult. But nonetheless, you know how your boy does it, man. I feel like I came through for my boy, and we still just working at these areas, guys, and I'm just doing a lot of lever play. When I say a lot of lever play, I'm doing a lot. Like I keep opening my lever, closing my lever, open it one notch, close it one notch, and for the most part, you can actually see what I'm doing, you know, every time I adjust that lever. And like I said, I'm just trying to make this fade come together, and I'm trying to make these dark spots lighten up where I need to be. That way it looks all, you know, it looks all one length and it looks nice. And as you can see, guys, I am doing a lot of corner blending. I'm tilting my clipper at a different angle. That way it leaves different lengths in this haircut. And it's just because, you know, it needed a lot of work to get them dark spots away from where them light areas were. But at the same time, I still wanted to make sure this fade was placed, you know, in the same spot that we placed it last time for him. And I think the more I worked at this, you know, this part of the fade, I feel like it was coming together good. I think I did what I had to do to get this, you know, to get this to look right. And a lot of times, guys, that's what we have to do. We don't always have clients with the, you know, with the most perfect head shape and with the most perfect, you know, type of hair. So you just gotta do what you gotta do. So now I'm actually going in with my 1/16 guard, or my 0 guard, whatever you want to call it. It's the half guard, whatever. I started with my lever halfway open, and I'm just attacking the top of that area, you know, more towards the ridge area. And then I close my lever all the way, and I'm attacking that area. And for the most part, that's going to bring most of this fade together. Obviously, I can still go back and detail it just to, you know, really just do more detail work and really try to bring this fade together even more. Because like I said, guys, I can't stress this enough. This is a difficult canvas. All right, so nonetheless, you know, we got most of that part done. So now you can see me lining up my client right here. And y'all know how I do when I'm lining up my clients, guys. I start off in the middle and then I move my way over. So if you actually take a look at that fade right there, you know, on this angle or with this angle, it actually looks pretty good. I'm still going back in and detailing it a little more because I don't know, man, I just feel like I can make it look a little better, and y'all see me detailing it some more here, and I'm just really like I said, man, I'm just really trying to make sure this haircut look good. And all I'm doing right here, guys, I'm fading in his beard because we are going to line up his beard. You know, we are adding enhancements. We are going to give him a nice lineup. So I'm just fading in the beard. I started with my lever open, and then I went with the 1 open and then close, and then I hit it with the 1/16 open and then close to bring it all together. So right now, what I want y'all to do, guys, if y'all made it this far into this tutorial, please smash that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it, guys. Also, y'all make sure to go subscribe to my boy Tito Beats channel. It's Tito Beats Productions. You know, y'all check him out and y'all subscribe to his page one time. Y'all see your boy putting in work. You're gonna have to excuse my bald head right there. I'm just trying to make sure I get, you know, that beard nice and crisp. All right, so, oh, I said that weird. All right, so with that side being done, I'm moving on to the opposite side, and I'm doing the same exact thing here, guys. This side isn't as difficult as the left side is, but you know, I still need to do a lot of detail work. And I said it in one of my last videos, guys, sometimes these short haircuts, I don't want to say they necessarily take me longer, but you have to do a lot more detailing because you can see every little discrepancy that you make or any little mistake that you make with these shorter haircuts, you can see. So you have to go back and detail it. And I feel you have to be a bit more perfect with these types of haircuts. So honestly, I feel like this side didn't need as much detailing, but y'all know how I do it, guys. I still went back in and detailed it, you know, where I felt needed to be detailed. And like this haircut, this side of the cut already looks a lot, you know, it looked good quick. I felt like I didn't have to do a lot of detailing on that side, and it came together a lot easier than the other side. And like I said it before, guys, it happens sometimes. You just gotta, you know, just take it as it comes. And I knocked that side out pretty quick. And you know, that's the good thing, because I took a little longer on the opposite side, so I kind of compensated for taking that amount of time on the left side, and the right side was a little easier. So you know, it really did it. I don't want to say it put me behind or not, because most likely it didn't. But I'm glad that this side faded in a little easier, because the other side was being a nuisance, and you know, it was kind of hard to bring together. So now we're hitting up this side of the beard, and all I'm doing is basically trying to make sure it matches the opposite side. Excuse my bald head once again. Alright, so now we're moving on to the back of the cut. And we doing the same steps, but we're still keeping that same shape. So like I said, it's kind of like a low fade in the back. You know, we want it to come down in the back, but at the same time, we're gonna end up raising this part of the fade a little bit, just to make sure it matches with both sides of the fade. That way, it looks like one complete fade and not like 2 or 3 different fades. So y'all can see your boy working. Same thing on the back, guys. Like I told y'all before, the back for me sometimes is the most difficult part of the haircut. So sometimes the back takes a little longer. Sometimes you got to detail it a little more. You know, open and close that lever a lot. Basically, what I did on the left side, I had to do to the back. I had to really detail it just to make it come together. That way, it made this haircut look like it was one cut. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I barely just started thinking about it right now. This haircut might have been a little bit easier if I would have decided to use another clipper. You know, a lot of people say you can get the same results with different clippers, and for the most part you can, but I honestly feel that sometimes different clippers give a better product on the same head. Meaning, if I were to use maybe my ergos that I'm a little more comfortable with, and I just use a little better, this haircut probably wouldn't have took me as long, or I probably would have made it come together a little quicker. And that's just, you know, that's just what I think. And I say that because I have certain clients that, you know, I've been cutting them for a good amount of time, and I'd be like, oh, his haircut, it's easier when I use the masters, or when I use the walls, or when I use the ergos or the babblets or whatever. Like I legit have some certain clients that I switch my clippers up just because I've used every clipper that I have on them, and I feel like I found the perfect clipper for their head or for the cut they get. So maybe that's why this haircut took me a little longer also. Alright, but now that the main part of this haircut is done, as y'all can see, I got my client leaning back in my chair. I'm finna attack, you know, this beard trim with that razor. Basically just getting everything that I did with them trimmers. I'm just getting them lines super sharp with that razor. And y'all know how I feel about razor work, guys. I feel that this really brings the haircuts together. Like, I just feel like it makes them lines pop, and it makes the fade look even better once you put this razor on the edge up. Alright, so now we done with that razor work. What I'm doing is I'm just adding these enhancements, and we're just taking this haircut to the next level. Y'all seen the cut before the enhancements. It was a good haircut. I'm just using these enhancements to bring out these lines. You know, just like I said, guys, I'm just taking this cut to the next level with these enhancements. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to make a fake hairline. I'm going over everything that I did with that trimmer and that razor, and I'm just making it stand out a little more. Alright, guys, so this is how my boy Tino came into the shop looking. You know what I'm saying? It had been a good minute, man. He needed a cut. and this is how he walked out looking. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut in the comments, guys. If y'all like this haircut, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, subscribe one time for your boy. Y'all know how we do it, man. I got some more content coming, guys. I know I keep saying that, but for real, man, your boy been grinding. I've been recording. I got a bunch of tutorials coming. I know I need to get back on my reviews and my different types of content that I be putting out, and I am. But right now, I just been doing a bunch of not reviews. I just been doing a bunch of tutorials, and I hope y'all rocking with it, guys. I appreciate y'all, YouTube. Until next time. Let's go.